Hello, my name is Sun Pengfei. I'm a self-taught game developer. This is my new game called Deliberate Evolution. As you can see, it's a card battle game with a theme of evolution of species. The most innovative part is that the gameplay is based on genes and inheritance. Let's take a look at the details of this trilobite card. As you can see on the main part, there are 5 gene nodes or slots. Each contains 2 genes, and these genes can provide attributes for this card. There are 2 types of genes. There are dominant genes and recessive genes. Dominant genes are always active, but recessive genes are only active when the 2 genes are identical in one node. This is a recessive gene that's inactive because the 2 genes are not the same in one node. All the active genes will also give colors to the gene nodes, and if these colored nodes can form a particular pattern, then this card will have traits. For example, this millipede has 3 traits: kiting, soulmite, and notochord. Kiting requires 1 purple node, while the notochord requires 2 purple nodes arranged vertically. For soulmite, we don't know what color it needs because I haven't unlocked it yet in the trade handbook. In total, this card has 3 traits, and it is these 3 traits that determine this card is the species of a millipede. The rules can be summarized as genes determine traits and traits determine species. Now let's talk about inheritance. During the intercourse, yes, you heard me right, this is a game about breeding the next generation and play with their genes. So during the process, the parent cards can pass their genes to the children cards. This also means that we can trace every gene back to whom it came from. So, for example, this gene originally came from a player called Anna. We can view her information and mark her as our opponent. Please note, this does not mean that the parent cards of our trilobite belong to this Anna necessarily. It only means that particular gene originally came from her. It is the same in the real world. There is a possibility that one of the gene snippets on me or on you or on anyone, no matter how low the probability is, may originally come from an ancient monkey or a mouse tens of millions of years ago. Now let's come back to the game. Okay, let me show you the battle and breeding part. Let's attack a marked enemy. As you can see, the battle is turn-based, a rather simple mechanism. The skills are casted automatically based on your skill settings. During the battle, you don't need to do anything but to watch carefully because, for example, if we lost the game and we saw our opponent casted a skill with huge damage on the second turn, then we can change our skill settings to deal with this situation. If our card has a shield skill, then we can set it to cast on the second turn to reduce the damage. Okay, so the battle may take longer. You can see this game is an online game, which is very rare for indie games, I think. Now I know why, because it's so complex and difficult to develop an online game, especially for a self-taught coder like me who also work all by myself. Well, luckily, after almost 3 years of working alone on this project, I have managed to publish this early access version. The battle is still not finished. Let's skip it for now. Okay, now we have won this battle. We can breed with our opponent's cards now. Let's select our Milocremia and Medusa and click breed. This is where you can adjust the positions of how we want the genes to arrange. Both parent card will give half of their genes to our new children card. I'm gonna skip the details of the rules here. You can find them in the manual. This looks good to me. Let's make some babies. Now we have 3 children cards. Let's choose this one. How about this one on the right with higher health? Great, now we got a new card, Prokaryote. In this game, there are many traits and species that you can collect. This is the Trait Handbook. You will get rewarded attributes or even skills if you have fully uncovered a trait. And you can keep track of how many times of each trait that you have obtained. This is the Species Handbook. You can see I have unlocked 6 species. In the middle part is the formula for this species. Take this flatworm as an example. If a card has the trait of muscle fiber, then this card is a flatworm. Well, the last part I want to introduce is the technology tree. This is where you can unlock the traits and species in Handbook. You need to complete quests to finish the research and get rewarded. For example, let's click on the slime here. Okay, so you see you have to, in order to finish the research progress of slime, you have to change opponents for 30 times, which I have done already, and win 5 battles with Ant in your deck. And then you will get a reward, a blueprint of slime, which can unlock slime in Species Handbook. So that's about it. I'm still working hard designing more interesting traits and species, and a new adventure mode is coming soon. The game is available now in App Store and will be published on Google Play in near future. If you enjoyed this game, please leave a good review and recommend to your friends. Thank you and have fun making babies!